welcome Taurus, Gemini, Cusp to your Astrology reading for September. Yes, already in September. Starting out the month, let's see what's going on here. We do have a couple of celestial events as usual, but the big one this month is going to be that fall equinox. And for those of you in the other hemisphere in Australia, it is going to be spring. So happy spring. Okay, guys. Getting straight in here, for those of you who are new, this is where I take astrology with tarot, make a small horoscope for the month using only one of the 12 houses, which will be the theme of the reading. So, best message, please. What are we talking about? We got some Aquarius energy coming out. Some Saturn energy into the second house. Talking about that money, money, honey. Nice, guys. Talk about those finances coming through. But let's see. Saturn wants you to know the part of you that accepts the challenge to gain the wisdom. Doing it with some Aquarius energy. Some of you might be getting, if you do anything online, you might be getting more subscribers, more money, having your ups. This energy is freedom-loving, rebellious, idealistic, and technological. It also talks of innovation, networks, future visions, unconventional thinking. Your thinking, your logics might be going haywire. Maybe getting some really innovative thoughts to make more money, keep things going strong in the second house. Personal finances, material possessions, self-worth, how you earn a living. Absolutely. The Saturn also gives out, guys, boundaries, discipline, restrictions, karma, hard work, long-term structures as well, with that Saturn energy, right? That Capricornian energy. So I really do feel like this September is really going to focus heavily on your bank account, right? Your assets, your self-worth, what you feel you're worth, knowing your worth, going after your worth. Yeah. Because Saturn in this second house over here is playing kind of an auditor. Because Saturn isn't denying your wealth, but it demands strict discipline, budgeting, hard work to earn it. That's why it's like the part of you that accepts the challenge to gain that wisdom, and then you have that innate wisdom coming in. It's like, oh, but if I do it this way, right, I can do it that way. Very logical thinking, Aquarius, right? Air energy. So let's look and see what's going on over here. Getting straight into the beginning of the month, middle of the month, and the end of the month. What is the situation? Beginning of the month is going to, from the 1st to the 10th, we're going to have this waning moon, which is going to be beautiful because it's going to help release any kind of mindsets. Yeah, madness. I was going to say madness. Any kind of madness that's in your mind. Right? Bad spending habits, self-doubt. It's going to help clear those things out. But it's really good, though. The only reason I'm bringing up the waning moon right now, guys, right, is because we're getting ready for that fall equinox or spring equinox, one way or another, where you're going to have this kind of like spring-fall cleaning, right? Of course, that's going to happen on the 22nd, just before that full moon in Aries. So where it's going to be very impulsive. So right now it's kind of like saying, hey, let's kind of look at what's going on right now as we're entering September, because it's going to be different from what the summer had to offer, right? Because we're getting ready for a whole different season. So right now you could feel like you're not sitting in the limelight. You're not feeling like you're as recognized as you would like to be. Okay, so You might be having some private achievements, but they might not be big enough for you to feel like you're in the actual place you want to be, right? So you have these small private achievements. So you know, if you're in some kind of, you know, online work, maybe you're in YouTube, maybe you do Instagram, TikTok, whatever, you might feel like right now, I'm kind of like feeling unpopular, but I'm having small private achievements as I'm going, but boy, they're just not where I want to be. I want to be in the limelight. I want to feel that Six of Wands, right? Even if you're like a realtor and it's slowed down, right? You're just like, I'm feeling like kind of like in this lack of, right? Yeah, lack of direction. There it is again. Lack of recognition, lack of direction. Not sure exactly where I'm going. Where am I going to push myself? What is next for me? How am I going to push myself into the direction of being seen? See, you want the cards this way, right? Absolutely. Everybody knows it. I want the success. I want the limelight. I want the recognition. I want to travel towards my success. You're traveling towards the second house. I want to travel in that second house of success. I want the excitement. I want the freedom. I want new ideas that are coming towards me. So I do feel like right now you're not as innovative as you would like to be when it comes to your ideas and understandings of what comes next. But that doesn't mean that you are not going to initiate that. It doesn't mean that it won't come, my friends. Right now, it's more like the part of you that accepts the challenge to gain the wisdom. Saturn, that grumpy grandpa scenario, is sitting up there. He's, you know, saying, I'm pushing you to that next level. Oh my gosh, I'm getting you overly disciplined, but I don't want you to work harder. I want you to work smarter. So remember that, guys. We're not here to work harder. We're here to get innovative and learn how to work smarter without destroying ourselves, because when we put too much work out there, that's not always helping the situation. That's just tiring you down to still stay on the same path that you're already on. It's not doing anything different. So it's like you're trying to get to the next stage. Yeah, this is all staged. Stage 1, stage 2. You could say, okay, I'm already at stage 2. I'm having the private achievements. It's just not glorified the way I want them to be. Yeah, so I'm having the lack of inner joy right now when it comes to my second house. I'm not getting that happiness. I'm not feeling that overall satisfaction. This is private achievement, because this is private success. This is about you. So it does feel like in the beginning of the month you're feeling a little down, and you're not feeling like you're having that joy that comes with what you're doing. I don't feel like you're giving up. Taurus, Gemini, you are strong. You're a cusp sign. You're holding on to that Taurus stability, groundedness. And then you have that, which is this exactly in itself. Saturn is Capricorn, that's grounded. Aquarius is air, that Gemini is air. So no matter what, you're still going to think logical with that, having that stubbornness. So I don't see you giving up, but I do see the lack of confidence. You could be giving yourself self-limiting beliefs, which cause conflict within yourself. And I would say that it's causing more conflict within yourself than it would probably with others. It could be with others as well. But it starts with you. It's starting with you. Because of that dissatisfaction. Because like I said, this is the loner's card, right? That's you. That's mine. So this is definitely a roller coaster of private achievements. It's like the beginning of the month, I see it a little and then it dips. And where I get excited and then it dips. And then it goes back up, and then you see what I'm saying? So I do feel the roller coaster effect over here. Okay. Getting to the mid-month. it is. What I say? Working smarter, not harder. Putting your head down, figuring it out. Finding that passion in the mid-month. Trying to figure out how this can really move smoothly. It's like I can't get the words out of my mouth over here, guys. That's just because you're still doing repetitive tasks, but it almost feels like you're trying to be innovative. You are. You're trying to take a rebirth. You're finding the passion. You're putting in your high standards, but I didn't believe that you never put any high standards to begin with. Everything you're putting out was of high standard. Everything you're doing was exactly what you're supposed to be doing. There's just something missing. And it could be higher vibrations. Okay, well, one says it's impatience. Going to the extreme. Out of alignment. Well, when you have low vibrations and you get down on yourself with self-doubt, you're going to take yourself out of alignment with yourself. No matter what, because you're on a lower vibration. And that's not going to help the situation. So it does feel like by the time that the new moon in Virgo comes in, you're going to feel, oh God. But that's good though in some ways though. Hold on one second, because remember, we still have, I'm putting my head down. I'm becoming a little bit more of a perfectionist. This is a Virgo card. We're in Virgo season. Virgo is a perfectionist. But it's almost like it's asking you, you don't have to be a perfectionist. You just, put your head down, you go to work. But you don't have to you don't have to be a perfectionist, because we all have flaws. It doesn't work like that. And that's where the working harder than smarter comes in. But it does feel like you're kind of changing that around because of the judgment next to it. You can feel that energy, that you're starting to become more innovative. You're starting to work smarter than harder. I said it already. You're seeing something different, but yet you're still misaligned. You haven't truly balanced yourself just yet. You're like at the edge. Balancing your checkbook, balancing your finances, balancing yourself to where you need to be. Keeping everything in check. I do feel like the new moon in Virgo is going to give you some kind of wake-up call to help you, though. Like I said, step out of this lower vibration. But it's going to need time, okay? It's going to take time to rebalance. It's not, we don't just do it like overnight, but I think it's going to give you some kind of innovative message, like a light bulb, that's going to kind of wake you up and say, wait, hold on. I've been too excessive. I've been to the extreme. I've pushed myself out of alignment. I'm too hard on myself. I've been too impatient, whatever it is. The end of the month. Well, you're still not 100% in balance, but I told you you're not going to be 100% just realigned overnight. So the end of the month, it does show that the Empress is still in reverse, okay? Because believe me, she was in reverse over here if she would have come out. It's still a little bit of a creative block. You're getting those innovative downloads, but it's going to take a second because your impatience is still overwhelming you. Having a little bit of indecisiveness. You might even have all these innovative new downloads that are coming in, but maybe you're not just sure exactly how to use them yet. So it causes a little anxiety, a little overwhelmed, lack of concentration. Oh, I got all these downloads. I can do this. I can do that. I got this. Slow down. So it's okay. By the new moon, or by the full moon, and okay, so then now you have the fall equinox or spring equinox coming through, and it's saying, hey, it's time to clean house, right? Equinox, time to clean house, spring cleaning, fall cleaning. Let's get rid of those. Let's get rid of those, imbalances. Let's really concentrate. Let's not overwhelm ourselves with all these new things that are coming to mind where I'm not sure exactly how to use them just yet. I'm not sure how to balance this, save money like this just yet. Whatever your situation is, take what resonates, what doesn't resonate, throw it away. But I will tell you one thing. Working yourself to exhaustion or quitting when rewards don't manifest overnight is definitely not the solution. Because the Temperance in reverse says, hey, don't take yourself to the extremes just yet. Just relax. See, and that's exactly what you're saying you're doing. So therefore, you blocked yourself. You're blocking yourself from your creative mind. 3, powerful 3 within me, mind, body, soul. Bring them together, guys. Bring it together. Realign. You got this. So by the equinox, what are we doing? Got the 22nd, and then the 26th will be that full moon in Aries. You're going to be very impulsive. Got to be careful of that too. Could be good or bad. Okay. The equinox over here, you're starting to see the abundance rising. You're starting to push down yourself. You're starting to push yourself back into alignment, obviously, because the universe says, wait, I'm rewarding you. You're starting to step up to the challenge. You're starting to understand that Saturn energy is coming in with that Aquarius. This is under Aquarius. So it's saying you're starting to understand the new venture. You're going to start seeing your manifestations coming in. You're going to see these opportunities. Don't be frivolous now with your thoughts, your money. Hold tight. You're starting to work smarter, even though you're not 100% realizing it. And that's because of the indecisiveness, indecisions, overwhelmness, anxieties. You're doing it, Taurus, Gemini. It's just your impulsiveness and your imbalance was keeping you impatient. But by the time that comes around, you're going to start seeing it flip. You see a shift. Universe says, okay, look, I'm going to give you this. I want you to work here. I want you to work on this now. I want you to stay in this area, throw all of the block, throw all of the indecisiveness, all of that anxieties. You're starting to realign yourself. I want to give you this gift. This is going to be a financial opportunity. It's going to give you exactly what you need. But I want you to keep yourself aligned as you're starting to realign. Back to yourself. The next card coming out is Damn. Seeing things from a different perspective. Absolutely. You see... Excuse me. Get some water. You see that things are changing around. Now you're noticing it. You're intelligent enough, intuitive enough to understand what just happened. So you're given this gift and you're overcoming the challenge. You're career focused, but not career focused the way you were before. The way you were dealing with money, the way you were dealing with your career, the way that you were doing things is completely turned around. Now you see it. You see the judgment coming towards you. It was all because of this wake-up call. It was all about, okay, so now I understand that, but how do I actually get away from that? Little bit by little bit, you're starting to turn it around. You get a gift from the universe, which then is such an eye-opener. It's like, oh my gosh, I totally see it. I can do this now. I can drive this home. I can do this. Feeling like the entrepreneur that you are. Becoming more innovative as you're going. Realigning with yourself. It's no longer a challenge. It's now, I get it. Now let's see what happens to you when you go into October. Guys, please don't fall backwards. You've got control of the rain. Oh my gosh, I love it though. Releasing the burdens. You are going to feel a little stressed out and a little burned out because the way that it's going now, you're working smarter than harder, but it's a little bit different from what you're doing, so it could feel like you're carrying a lot of burden. And that's just because you're delegating. You're delegating to release what no longer served you. You're learning something different. You're getting new ideas. So yeah, you could feel a little bit burned out. But overall, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. So it's saying it's going to turn all of that around. Okay? You're going to see the strength come in numbers. You're going to watch your channel, watch your career, watch your money come at you faster. And yeah, at first you are going to feel that way. Because with change, right, comes different opportunities, comes different kinds of delegations. And if you're at the workplace and you know you're dealing with another person, you might feel like you're doing it all because you're the one that woke up. You're the one who's the new visionary. Maybe they can't even touch anything that you're doing at this time because they have to get on the same page as you. So therefore, maybe if you're in a work situation where you have a partner, you have to wait for them to release and figure out that you're the visionary, that you got this, that you're the strength. You are the strength to this situation. And you become more focused, more aligned. Now here comes the happiness. Now here comes the joy. And through that, the Wheel of Fortune opens in your favor as your cycle is now turning. Because you're figuring out new ways of doing things. Like I said, it feels like a step. It's one step, one step, one step into the right direction. Just don't allow yourself, with the Ten of Wands in reverse, to say, hey, you know what? I'm doing it all. Don't start, just keep that strength going. And you got this. That is a beautiful reading, my friends. Until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.